Hello everyone, I am Rashid Raj. The course title named Research Methodology and IPR. The topic is ethical issues related to authorship. Let's go for definition of authorship. Authorship in research refers to the recognition of individuals who have made significant intellectual contribution to the conception, design, execution, or interpretation of a research studies. There can be contribution of research, execution, conception in the research in the studies. If significantly resound responsibility and accountability for the content of the research, the authorship is crucial aspect of academic and scientific work. For the scientific work and the academics, the authorship is the content. It determines credit for discoveries and findings, and it often has implications for academic reputation and career advancement. It's often have the career advancement in the authorship. For example, engineering, social science, biology, they have the career advantage and advancement. Let's go. Let's go for ethical issue related to authorship. The realm of academic authorship entitled disseminating scholarly endeavors, staking claim to original discoveries and cultivating a peer recognition standing. There will be peer-to-peer recognition standing in the authorship, that is ethical issues. These endeavors carries with the inherent responsibility for the content of the work. It forms the cornerstone for assessing employment opportunities, promotion, and accolades. This will form the opportunities, promotions that is in the authorship. Authorship of research paper in the context of engineering research presents a multitude of pivotal ethical consideration as articulated by Newman and Jones. Their insights distill into three core avenues of attributing credit for research contribution. There are three cores that will be in the ethical issues, that is authorship, citation, and written acknowledgement. Authorship concurrently establishes accountability, uh, establishes an author only when their role significantly extends to research design, data interpretation, or manuscript composition. There will be individual rightful included in the ethical issues, that is authorship will be interpreted or manuscript composition. Let's see common ethical issues. There are some common ethical issues related to authorship, gift authorship, including individual as guest or gift co-authors who have made minimal or genuine contribution to the work diminishes the recognition due to those actively contributed. This improper practice inaccurately inflates the credits of listed authors and serves as an ethical warning sign signaling potential research misconduct. In some instances, the primary author reportedly extends co-authorship to junior faculty or student to enhance their chances to employment promotion, a phenomenon termed career boost authorship. The career boost authorship boosts the career in the authorship level to give the acknowledged to the author. For example, we can see in gift authorship. Example, a senior research is added as an author solely because of their position, even though they did not participate in designing or implementing the methodology. The author will be selected even if they are not participated or done any designs related to the authorship. Career preservation and authorship. Another disheartening misuse of co-authorship known as career preservation authorship. It involves adding department heads, deans, provosts, or other administrators as co-authors in exchange for a quid pro arrangement. This arrangement sees the primary author benefiting for a favorable rapport with higher ups, while the administrator gains authorship without fulfilling the required work. For example, need to show strong publication record to secure their position. If the application is little public, little is not publicate, then the project will be rejected. So we should be recorded strong publication and secure our position. Next, next is ghost co-authorship. At times, a legitimate contributor refrains from being listed as an author due to undisclosed conflict of interest within the organization. This type of co-authorship is often referred as a ghost co-authorship. It's vital to ensure complete transparency by disclosing all individuals engaged in the research. This closure permits assessment not only based on the findings but also considers potential influences stemming from conflict of interest. Another form of questionable authorship involves research listing each other as co-authors in a reciprocating gesture. It will be as a questionable author, whereas comparing to all the authorship, it will not be questionable. Next, even if there is a minimum collaboration limited to superficial reading and editing, without conducting a throughout the examination of the work, it will be considered as ghost co-authorship. Example we can see a statistician who developed a critical analysis method for a study is not credited as an author, even though their work was initial. If the work was initially started, also they can be analyzed method for a study, but the credit will be not given to the author. The credit will be given to some others. Next, unrecognized author. Top of form, some author in their pursuit of obtaining sole authorship may downplay the significant contribution of others to the research work by acknowledging their effort rather than listing them as authors. This misrepresentation obscures the actual contribution of those involved and leaves the unrecognized author unavailable for other clarification or further clarification. This is called as unorganized or unrecognized author. A research develops a new statistical critical conditions in the studies. For example, a researcher develops a new statistical method critical to a study's findings, rating the methodology section and provide significant input during revisions. There will be methodology section. The input, uh, the input will be significant during the revisions. The top form of the authors will be higher. Next, ethical accountability and authorship practices in research publication. All authors listed on a research article bear collective responsibility for its content. Consequently, they should be informed by the corresponding author about submission of the article to a journal. Obtaining their consent regarding the content and submission is imperative. When misconduct, such as inappropriate authorship, occurs while the perpetrative may be easier to identify, the extent of appropriate accountability among co-authors is not always evident. Establishing a means to quantify contributions for accurate recognition and accountability allocation among co-authors is an appealing proposition. The ethical accountability, and authorship practices in the collection of responsibility in the content. The collection of responsibility in the content will be consequently done. Therefore, establishing a means of quantify contribution for accurate recognition and accountability of allocation among co-authors is an appealing proposition. Double submission. Double submission stands as a noteworthy ethical concern in relation to authorship. It entitles submission a paper to different forms simulating. There will be two different forums simulation in the double submission. So it's named as double submission. This practice is often driven by desire to increase chances of publication and potential expedite the publication timeline. If the your publication is not done, it will be useful for the chance to increase the submission. Reputable journal prioritize original paper, those not previously published elsewhere strongly discourage the practice of double submission. This is called double submission. Example, a researcher submits the same article about their new experiment to both journal X and journal Y at the same time. Hope one will be accepted faster. The author will be done two project or publication. If any journal, for example, Journal X has named as publication 1, Journal Y is named as publication 2, then at least one will be selected and there will be hope to get selected. Thank you.